gameplans. Good evening, everybody. I am Mike Daggs, and alongside me in the broadcast booth is the Hall of Famer, Matt Wilson. Completing our broadcast crew is the original stat man, our statistician, Gerald Smith. Our producer is Cameron Irvine. You're watching the Simulation Football League on For the Fans. Matt, how you doing today?
I'm rusty, Mike. I'm rusty.
You are rusty, but
I'm ready to go.
Off, Matt. We're back in the booth. We're ready to go here in season 17.
Good.
Matt, both of these teams made it to the playoffs last season, both ending in a loss without making it to the championship game. Reset the records. Both teams back at 0-0, looking to get things started here in season 17. Baltimore, they added rookie running back Jimmy Hazard in the first round to help invigorate their running game alongside T-Roy Gaines, who has now moved on to fullback. Los Angeles has a solid running attack from last season with Robert Johnson, who's looking to keep the momentum going, carry his team to a victory. That ever so important Week 1 victory will happen for one of these two teams. Matt, what are the keys to victory for both of these squads?
Looking at last season, Los Angeles relied heavily on the run. Robert Johnson was top 3 in rushing yards and average. Baltimore was the complete opposite, winning through the air. Jack Wigmore was number 1 in passing attempts and 6th in yards. Will these teams stay true to form or introduce new wrinkles into the playbook, Mike? There's only one way to find out, and that's on the field.
On the field. I was wondering if you forgot how we were going to find out.
It's the rust, Mike. It's got to work it out.
All right, well, we'll head down to the field now and get this one started. Coin toss is being completed as we speak, and then we will get kickoff underway here in this one, Matt. Baltimore with a top 10 offense last season. They're going to start off this season with the football. Ball is teed up. Rob Ems for the Lycans, kicking this one away. Taking it from about the 2-yard line, returning it straight up the middle. It's the dangerous return man, Giovanni Bolt. He gets it out all the way to the 25-yard line. Matt, Giovanni Bolt, super dangerous return man. He actually led the league in kick return average with 27.2 yards last season in season 16, 1,441 yards total, and two return touchdowns that largely helped that average get to where it was. Jack Wigmore now leads the offense out onto the field for Baltimore. He will throw to get things going this season, and it is completed. Gets that one into the hands of the tight end, number 83, Lloyd Graham Jr. Let's look at the starting lineup for the Baltimore Vultures. We mentioned quarterback Jack Wigmore. First round, 19th overall pick, Jimmy Hazard is the running back. Fullback is T-Roy Gaines. Wide receivers, Ivory Irvin, Daley Holder, and Mac Chima. And you just saw the tight end at 6'6", Lloyd Graham Jr. 5 wide on the field. Now Wigmore in the gun. Wigmore takes the snap. Quick pass down the left hand. A jumping catch up to the 49-yard line. There he is, Matt. Ivory Irvin, we were talking about him earlier before the game got started. He had a whole bunch of receptions last season, 108, number 2 in the league.
Somebody definitely gotta want to shade your safety towards another corner. And Baltimore is looking, like I say, right where they left off. 2 straight throws.
6'4" target Ivory Irvin, his 4th season in the league, all with Baltimore. Ball is handed off to the rook, Jimmy Hazard, with his first career carry. It's only going to go for a gain of 2. Will bring up a 2nd down and 8.
At 2 yards, not bad for your first carry, and I'm sure he'll get many more.
Absolutely. 2nd down and 8 now from the Los Angeles 47-yard line, and they're going to go back to that 5 wide look. Low snap for Wigmore. He's going to pass a deep one down the middle, and that one is caught. Spreading the ball around to as many different targets as he can. It looks like that one was to Mac Chima.
Couldn't tell. He was stop, dropping, and rolling on that one.
It was indeed Chima. 1st down and 10 now from the 24-yard line.
LA's playing the right defense. Wigmore is just better right now.
Wigmore in the gun once again, alone in the backfield. Takes a little bit more time, passes that one across the middle, and that one is also complete. Now 1st down and 10 from the 12. Continuing to spread it around all his targets so we can introduce the entire offense, Matt. That one hauled in by Daley Holder.
All right, throw into T-Roy Gaines in the end zone, and that would pretty much cap off this drive.
Absolutely.
Or go give
Trips
Hazard
formation down to the bottom. Wigmore under center.
lots of space at the bottom, so Wigmore could have some options.
Throws it towards the end zone, and that one is incomplete. Trying to hit Mac Chima, and it falls harmlessly to the turf. The starting defense for the Lycans, the defensive line, Brogan Spira, James Richards, and Mar Rivers. The linebackers, Danny Stinson and Buddy Blaze. The corners, Mike Scott, Thomas Rahman Jr. The safeties, Rochelle Colston, Jack Hacksaw, and Ryan Yosef. Second down and 10. Hazard's going to get the ball, runs off tackle to the left, spins, and gets his way up to the Los Angeles 8-yard line. Third down and 5. T-Roy Gaines on the field there at the fullback position, throwing a block to help spring Hazard free. And on third down and 5, they come back out in that trips look, Matt.
Little out route at the top of the screen would be perfect.
Wigmore goes the Matt Wilson way, and it is complete, but just shy of the line to gain. Ivory Irvin with the catch, but it's going to be a 4th down and 1. And Matt, are they going to bring out the Shark? Yep, Shark Tarkington on his way out onto the field.
I don't know, Mike. I'd want to go for it here. I mean,
well, yeah. Matt, they kept the offense out.
Look at this defense. Just hand it off right up the middle.
Offset eye in the backfield. Wigmore, will he snap the ball?
He should.
3 down linemen, like you said, Matt, but Wigmore calls a timeout. What are your thoughts on that one, Matt?
There's 9 seconds to go, Jack. Hot. Then call the timeout.
Matt, the Hall of Fame quarterback of the Mexico City Aztecs, not happy with Wigmore leaving that much time on the play clock, huh?
I mean, I threw a pick 6 today, so I'm not looking too smart either. But you gotta use all the time you can, Jack. I'm sure him and the coaching squad will talk that one out.
Well, Shark Tarkington does indeed come out onto the field for a field goal try. He was 28 of 28 last season. This one from 20 yards out should be a chip shot for the veteran Shark Tarkington. Kick is on its way, and it's good. Baltimore puts the first points of the ball game up on the board. If you are new to the SFL, the Simulation Football League combines traditional sports, esports, and a role-playing game into one. Team strategies are being executed in real time by our simulations as real-life players compete on the virtual gridiron. For more information about the SFL, you can visit our website, simulationfl.net. The SFL, we put the fan in fantasy. And now Tarkington will put the ball into the hands of the Lycans. Ooh. And we'll get their first offensive possession of season 17 going. Kick brought back by Travis Warren Jr. Gets it up to the 21-yard line, and that's where Sully Richardson, in his second season with the Los Angeles Lycans, struts his way to the line to get things going. Richardson under center. It's going to be a run play. He'll hand that ball off to Robert Johnson. Robert Johnson in his third season with the SFL, all of which have been with the Lycans franchise. He gains 6 on the play. Let's take a peek here at the rest of the starting lineup for the Lycans. We mentioned quarterback Sully Richardson. You just saw halfback Robert Johnson. The fullback, Tommy Rahman, an undrafted rookie. Wide receivers, Davius Reed and Chris Lee. And the tight ends, LZ Pryor and Jack Flash. Offset I formation on second down and 4. Ball is handed off once again to Johnson, and he is stuffed. Goes down for a loss of 1, brings up a 3rd and 5.
Yeah, Tommy Rahman kind of, I don't know if they were trying to fool Baltimore by having Rahman not run the opposite way, but not fooled. I'd rather use your fullback as a blocker there. And now Baltimore has run this press man look. Let's see how it works on in a passing situation.
Richardson, his first pass of the season, out route to the top. That one is complete to Tommy Rahman. Tommy Rahman getting involved with a reception all the way up to the 39-yard line and a fresh set of downs.
Gotta love it when the big fullback gets involved. Good option. And boy, nice job by Richardson. He was running out of time, but dumped the ball off to Rahman at the last minute. And look at him tear up the field. Like, he's a pretty agile fullback.
Absolutely, especially for being 6'4", 260.
Oh, gosh.
Almost offensive lineman size out there at fullback catching that pass. But he looked very sprite out there running, turning upfield like that. Two backs in the backfield now and first down and 10.
The linebacker.
Ball is handed off for the first time to Tommy Rahman. And Rahman's able to run forward for a gain of 4. The starting defense for the Baltimore Vultures, the defensive line, Al Walker, Tucker Lewis, Nate Brown, and Sir Ron Yates the 4th. The linebackers, Frank Smith, Keenan Samuels, and Alvin Mack. The corners, Marvin Himes, Ben Stackenpaper, and Austin Brigham. The safeties, Giovanni Bolt and Troy Loshaw, 2 stars right there. Robert Johnson gets the swing route, and that one goes for a gain of about 2 yards. Brings up a 3rd down and 4 now from their own 45-yard line.
I don't mind the play. You know, Johnson could do something nuts, and it sets you up with a short 3rd and 4. Just keep this personnel. I like they're running, you know, both their tight ends. They're getting their fullback and their halfback in there as receiving options. Just use all your stars, and LA's doing that well so far.
Richardson throws. That one goes once again to Tommy Rahman, but the big fella can't quite get to the line to gain. Tackled 2 yards shy, brings up a 4th down and 2, and that will bring the Lycans starting drive to a halt. Rookie punter Chance Tewin out on the field for his first career punt, picked in the 2nd round, 8th overall, to try to help the Lycans special teams unit pin the Vultures deep. And his first punt was almost blocked, but now he's able to kick that one up nice and high, forces Bolt to have the fair catch, and that's probably a good thing, Matt, because Giovanni Bolt, you know, I mentioned his kick return stats. His punt return stats aren't too shabby either. You know, 34 punt returns. He averaged 5.5 yards per punt return, but 186 total punt return yards, number 2 in the league. Pretty good at getting that ball back upfield and giving the Vultures a good starting field position. But here we go. Jack Wigmore back out on the field now for the Vultures. Quick pass on the left side, and a little bit of contact there.
He got undercut.
Ball's incomplete.
Wigmore got undercut. I think the ball sailed. And you say LA is playing a very, 3-3, 3-2. They planned for this passing game. So if I'm Baltimore, man, I might want to give my rookie halfback a few more touches because, I mean, look at this. This is just built for a nice run here. Of course, not out of the gun.
Wigmore. It's play action. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked all the way back at the 12-yard line. See who got him. That was Mar Rivers. Mar Rivers with his first sack of season 17.
So look at that big man just bubbling, stumbling. Looked like he's going to fall down, but takes down Wigmore. And now 3rd and 16. Baltimore's got a great passing attack, but this is going to be a big test, especially with a 3-2 defense out there.
Rivers with 3 sacks last season. Now he's already got 1, only a few minutes into the first quarter. Wigmore down the left sideline, bobbled and incomplete. A rare drop by Ivory Irvin. And that would have given them more than enough yards for a first down, Matt, but it ends the drive.
Yeah, Irvin was wide open.
Wow. You usually don't see that from the veteran receiver, especially one that almost led the league in receptions, but occasionally drops happen, even in the end zone, Matt.
Yeah, but that's not going to, that's going to be a one-off or a two-off. That's not going to happen very often for Baltimore, so LA better sort that out. They don't want to be giving up first downs on 3rd and 16.
Pablo Gates punting out of his own end zone, ends up kicking it from the goal line. How far can he get it to go? Up to about the 47-yard line. And Matt, Los Angeles really flipped the field there, and that's part of the reason that you spend a 2nd-round pick on a punter. It pinned Baltimore back, not super deep. I mean, I think their starting field position was the 18, but good job by the defense and Mara Rivers to get that sack.
Yeah.
Forces the punt out of their own end zone. And just like that, now they're in Baltimore territory. Their last drive didn't even get across the 50, and this one starts on this side of the 50.
Use your running game.
Yep, Sully Richardson under center. He
Or
will
not.
throw. Goes down once again to Tommy Rahman. Man, are we
Oh!
going to see this all game? Is Tommy Rahman, the secret weapon, the undrafted fullback, getting another catch and a first down up to the Baltimore 36?
Didn't I say new wrinkles, Mike? This is a new wrinkle.
New wrinkles indeed. You bring in a fullback and you say, you know what I'm going to do? Use him as a receiver.
Pretty much a tight end out there. Tight end, a linebacker, a small offensive lineman. Do a little everything.
3 receptions now, 27 yards for Tommy Rahman. He's leading the Lycans. And this time the running back, Robert Johnson, gets involved in the passing game. He'll gain 4 on that one.
Mike, I've never seen so many throws to the backs. I think, the receivers, Reed and Lee, have been kind of quiet. But you know what? So far, it's been working for them.
Second down and 6. 3 wide receiver look, offset eye in the backfield. 4 down linemen for the Vultures. Quick pass down the left sideline, and that one's going to be picked. A dangerous pass, and it's picked off by Austin Brigham.
LA was doing so well, Mike, just kind of dinking and dunking, using the backs and the tight ends, and then they decide to take a kind of a ill-advised shot down the field, and man, they've had great field position, but they've choked it away. And against the Vultures, you really can't do that. They kind of got lucky on the last series. I don't know how much that's going to happen.
Austin Brigham with 7 interceptions in season 16. Puts 1 on the stat column already. Wigmore throws it out of the end zone, and that one is incomplete. Speaking of dangerous passes, kind of a soft floater.
Yeah, well, they've done a good job so far as LA getting pressure on Wigmore. And, a pass-heavy team, what you got to do.
Second down and 10. Clock stopped at 3 minutes and 10 seconds in the first quarter.
This is a good formation to run against defensively.
The ball is handed off to T. Roy Gaines, getting his first carry of the new season in his new position at fullback. And that one's going to go for no gain on the play. Brings up a 3rd down and 10.
It's not quite 3rd and 16. So let's see what Baltimore's got a plan here to beat this defense again.
3 receivers down to the bottom, 1 to the top. Wigmore, deep drop, goes deep down the left sideline. His man has the defender. He's off to the races. He's going to go all the way into the end zone. Touchdown, Baltimore. Daly Holder putting points on the board.
Boy, Wigmore just knew it, Mike. Just threw it as far as he could. Hits him in stride, Holder, and then breaks a tackle, and he can just limp into the end zone. He can walk backwards into the end zone. Little celebration here at the end. Yep.
That pass sailed 45 yards through the air before it went into Daly Holder's hands. A 94-yard touchdown for the Baltimore Vultures. And that's how you gain some points off of a turnover, Matt. Key interception by Austin Brigham right when it looked like Los Angeles had some momentum going their way. And, wow, 6 points on the board for the Vultures. Shark Tarkington gets the extra point up and through. 10-0. Baltimore leading over Los Angeles. Matt, this is the first time that the Baltimore Vultures have played against the Los Angeles Lycans, but the 3rd game against this franchise, formerly known as the Chicago Wildcats. They met back in season 11. They met back in season 13. Both games were in Baltimore, and here we are once again in Baltimore. This franchise just comes to visit Baltimore quite a bit. Now coming all the way from the West Coast. Baltimore won both of those matchups, Matt, 35-17 and 34-13 respectively. And off to a good start in this one with a 10-0 lead here in quarter number 1.
Yeah, but what could have been for LA? They probably had a chance to have at least 6 points on the board, and untimely turnovers have just been their undoing, and they can't do that too much more against this team, especially down 10-0.
Absolutely. Richardson under center. He's going to swing that one out to who else?
Oh,
Tommy Rahman. Matt, throw it to the fullback. It gets you first downs. That's the formula right now.
well, wasn't that your hashtag last year? Was throw it to the fullback? Well,
Hashtag throw it to the fullback. I can't remember which fullback it was, but yeah, there was another one that was making some plays too. So Tommy Rahman getting it done right now.
that's a jumbo cup of ramen.
That is a jumbo cup.
64 ounces in a bucket of ramen. Need a gallon.
Gallon of water to get that one cooked.
Yeah, a big old jug.
Richardson back under center now. And he will once again throw. And yeah, Tommy Rahman, why not? Well, that one falls incomplete. Rahman jumps on it for safety. But it was an incomplete pass, second down and 10. And yeah, Matt, we've seen, I mean, it's still early in the game. I mean, heck, it's still the first quarter. But last season, with a heavy dose of Robert Johnson. So far, only 2 rushing attempts by Robert Johnson compared to 8 passing attempts for Sully Richardson. So maybe a change in strategy. We'll see how the game plays out. Richardson's going to throw it once again to Tommy Rahman. Rahman lowering his shoulder. My goodness, stacking paper, falling to the turf at the behest of Tommy Rahman's shoulder. My goodness.
The stack of paper fell off a building, Mike. Look at this truck.
You went
Tommy
down
Rahman
hard.
just lowers that shoulder, and that's a lot of beef.
That is a lot of beef. My goodness. My goodness. 3rd down and 4. The Lycans are playing well. It's not reflected yet on the scoreboard, but I'm really interested to see how this one ends up playing out throughout the rest of the game. They're getting it done.
Yeah, they are. They gotta be smarter on those deep passes.
Tommy Rahman getting in his hands again.
Oh, jeez.
Leading receiver of the ball game for the Lycans. Tommy Rahman with 6 receptions for 56 yards.
That's not chicken ramen. That's not shrimp ramen. That's beef ramen.
That's top ramen right there.
Top ramen.
Top ramen. Absolutely. The beef. My goodness. Tom Rahman 11 in the chat saying shredding paper.
It's a good one.
I like it.
If you're a Lycan fan.
Absolutely. Sully Richardson back to pass once again. Gets this one into the hands of Robert Johnson. Davius Reed and Chris Lee, the receivers for the Lycans, kind of looking back saying, what the heck? But hey, Johnson and Rahman getting it done so far, Matt, in the receiving game.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen anything like this, Mike. Just throw to the backs. I mean, when they've done it, it's worked, except for a drop. Here we go again.
Richardson throwing. This time he's going out deep. He is caught into the end zone. Jack Flash, touchdown Lycans.
Jumping all the way to the end zone, Mike, and there you go. They're using all the big fellas in the passing game.
Absolutely. Hashtag throw it to the tight end right there.
Flash just in a down position, and just a great whoop. Someone went for the pick, and bye-bye. LA back in this game.
Absolutely. There you go. Putting their first points of season 17 on the board. And what better way to do it than throwing it to the tight end, Jack Flash, in his 2nd season with the Lycans, 4th season in the league. The 6'6", 250-pound target getting 6 points on the board for the Lycans. Extra point coming up by Rob Ems. Kick is up and good. 10-7, Baltimore with the lead here, approaching the end of the first quarter. And, Matt, the key thing on that drive, no turnover by the Lycans offense. Like you had mentioned, that was part of their undoing last season. 37 turnovers by the offense that put them near the bottom of the league with the most turnovers. And, it's too bad, too, because their defense did a great job on takeaways. They had a top 10 defense in takeaways, but their total turnover differential last season, -5.
You're not going to win many games that way. Oh, it's
Giovanni
Bolt.
Bolt.
Oh,
There we go. The
oh,
dangerous return man crossing midfield. Past the 40, past the 30. No one's going to touch him, Matt. 10-5 touchdown Vultures. Bolt does it again, and he does it in week 1.
Mike, you never know when or where a Bolt's going to strike, but we just saw one now.
We just saw one now. There he goes. Touchdown Vultures, and that's how you respond to a great play by the Los Angeles Lycans, getting it into the end zone. Bolt says, hold my football, because we want to keep things clean. But there he goes, off to the end zone. Touchdown, Giovanni Bolt. Matt, we mentioned it right at the beginning. He had 2 kick returns for a touchdown last season. He's got 1, and it's only the first quarter of season 17.
Yeah, when we were looking at this game, that's one big thing that stuck out is Bolt is the ultimate X factor on special teams. And, I mean, that's 7 points right there, right back. LA drove down the field, and Baltimore said, just erased it with one stroke of a lightning bolt.
That's right.
Ooh, that rhymed. I like that.
Low snap, but the kick is up. Shark Tarkington, perfect on the day so far with 2 extra points and a field goal. My goodness. Touchdown after touchdown after touchdown in this one, Matt.
Well, the beefy ramen better get ready. More passes are coming his way.
Beefy ramen. Tommy Ramen, Matt, the surprising rookie so far in this game. We talked about first-round pick Jimmy Hazard for Baltimore. He's only got 2 rushing attempts so far. There's a first-round defensive end for the Lycans, Brogan Spiraw, and not much of an impact from him. But which rookie's making the impact, Matt? Undrafted rookie Tommy Ramen.
As a fullback, and not the way you think a fullback would normally affect a game, but through the air.
Absolutely.
Running over people, enveloping them.
Shredding paper. 6 receptions, 57 yards for Tommy Ramen. Even with Jack Flash's touchdown, Matt, Tommy Ramen still leading the Lycans in the passing game. Richardson, back to pass, throws this one out to Robert Johnson. Johnson's able to get 9 on it, steps out of bounds at the 32.
They just keep calling they leave those 2 guys in the backfield, and Baltimore's playing too far off. And now, I mean, I'll take 9 yards a game all game long. Just keep chucking it down to these guys. It's the low risk, high reward.
Richardson.
We see a Robert Johnson run here.
We do indeed see a Robert Johnson run, and that one did not go anywhere. It'll be a 3rd down and 2. In fact, it went for a loss of 1 on that play, and that is going to be how quarter number 1 comes to an end. So an explosive first quarter here in Baltimore. 17-7, Baltimore with the lead over the Lycans. And without delay, we will get quarter number 2 started as both teams have flip sides of the field. The Lycans now heading from right to left. 4 down linemen for the Vultures. Richardson back to pass. Tommy Ramen with the catch, and he gets the first down up to the 37.
Where's the beef? Right there.
Right there he is. We found the beef.
Mike, this might be a stat that no one has, not even the commissioner, but most receptions by a fullback in a game.
Anyone has that information,
Let
us know in the chat. Start researching that.
Gerald.
History is being made. Richardson. Pressure coming down. He goes. Sacked by Tucker Lewis, and it looks like Nate Brown back there as well. Both of them enveloping Richardson.
Yeah, it got right around, and Richardson had nowhere to go.
How are you going to get past those 2 guys? Speaking of beef, Matt.
Some big vultures.
Second down and 16 now.
Interesting formation.
Short drop by Richardson. Pressure coming again. Hit as he throws, and that one is somehow caught. Robert Johnson catching the ball, doing the backflip, but that one goes for no gain. 3rd down and 16 now.
I'll give Johnson a lot of credit for the effort, though. you don't want to let your quarterback down and let a defender scoot right underneath that ball. So made the grab, and now we'll see if LA's got something a little deeper. They've tried to go deep, but and then it hasn't worked out for them.
Just the one deep pass to Jack Flash at tight end. Richardson pressure coming once again. Sacked back at the 31-yard line. Oh, and just standing over him, looking down. Al Walker getting in on the sack. 7.5 sacks for Walker last season, Matt. And he's got one right there.
Well, here's where you pay your punter for situations like this. Normally it'd be about the 40-yard line, I would say. Let's see if how much better this is going to be.
Ewan punts this one away. Giovanni Bolt takes it at the 31. Oh, stiff arms the defender and gets up to the 39. So 8 yards on that punt return, Matt.
Yeah, imagine how bad it would be with a regular punter.
Yeah.
So this LA defense needs a turnover right there, and they're gonna have to get some more pressure on Wigmore. I haven't seen much running out of Hazard yet. They're playing. Look how far off they're playing. Holy crap!
1st and 10 from the 39-yard line. Wigmore, short drop, out route to the left, and that one is complete. Quick pass. Nets them 4 yards, hauled in by Chima. Second down and 6.
If I'm Wigmore and people are playing 10 yards off my receivers, I'm just go, routes like that, out route, in route, out route, just 4 or 5 yards per game. I mean, that's going to add up.
4 wide receivers on the field now for the Vultures. Deep down the middle, and that one's also caught. Going to Chima once again. Back-to-back passes to Mac Chima gets them into Los Angeles territory now at the 33-yard line.
And that was a nice grab by Chima. Look how close this was. He was kind of open, but nice hold on by Chima. And Baltimore already in LA territory and in field goal range. So unless a disaster happens, this is where you got a 17-7 lead. Three's okay here.
Wigmore throws this one, another short pass out to the left-hand side. Gains 6 this time. Going back to the tight end, Lloyd Graham Jr. with the catch. And that Mac Chima was tackled by Ryan Yosef on that previous play. Yosef with 11 interceptions last season, so a dangerous man to be throwing at, number 22 on the Lycans defense, and see if he can benefit from a pick here and maybe put an end to the Vultures' drive. Out route down to the bottom. Chima with the catch. Tagged down by Thomas Rahman Jr. But enough yards for another Baltimore first down up to the 23.
Yeah, the way this game's going, it's logical. If Wigmore's got time, he's going to pick this defense apart. If Wigmore gets under pressure, as we've seen a couple times, his throws are erratic and you got a chance at a turnover, but hasn't happened lately.
Offset tackle, run out to the left-hand side. Jimmy Hazard with another carry. That one good for a gain of 2. Brings up a 2nd down and 8 just outside the red zone as we tick down inside 7 minutes to go here in the first half of action. You can visit the SFL League website at simulationfl.net for info on how to create a player, join the community, the league, and the teams that play in it, and its comprehensive history of the SFL. It's over 1,500 games and thousands of players who have hit the virtual field. The Simulation Football League, 17 seasons strong, and speaking of strong, Matt, big tackle there by number 59, and it's going to be a 3rd down and 10 after a loss of 2.
Didn't love it. Looked like a delayed counter, and me and delayed plays, not my favorite.
No. Draws, delays. You don't like any plays unless it's a throw, Matt. You're a quarterback. Who are you kidding? Here's a good one for you, Matt. Wigmore deep the end zone. Touchdown, Baltimore. Right into the hands of Daley Holder. Maddie's got a second of the ball game.
Yeah, it seemed like a similar play. I don't know if it was just a go route, but Holder wide open again, and something LA needs to figure out pronto is all of a sudden they're down a ton.
With the first touchdown pass to daily holder, Matt. That gave Jack Wigmore 50 touchdowns on his career. That's now 51 after 2 touchdown passes to Mac Chima. A nice milestone for Mr. Wigmore, 3 seasons in, actually like 2.5 seasons in. Came in about halfway through the season when he started off. 24-7 now. Baltimore with the lead over the Lycans. And, Matt, the Lycans, they're playing well. They just need to continue to do what they're doing. And, maybe you only can go to the well so many times with the passes to Tommy Rahman. So far, Davius Reed and Chris Lee, the 2 starting wide receivers for the Lycans, both with no receptions. Jack Flash with 1 catch, Robert Johnson with 5, and Tommy Rahman with 7.
That's not what's killed the team, though, Mike. It's been the picks on the deep ball and Richardson getting, not being able to hold up in the pocket, and also the defense allowing those 2 big home run plays.
That's true.
I mean, you can't allow big plays like that in this league. You're going to get smoked.
So Sully Richardson back out onto the field. 5-step drop out route up to the top, and that one is hauled in and caught up at the 31-yard line. 2nd down and 6, the first catch of the ball game for Chris Lee.
A receiver? No way.
Absolutely, Matt. He is there. It took me a minute because I was like, wait a second, that's not number 49.
It's an 8 and an 8.
An 8 and another 8. That's Chris Lee. Offset eye in the backfield. Richardson's going to hand that one off to Robert Johnson, and he goes nowhere, Matt. They've tried a few times now to hand it off to him, and he's just not getting the yardage that he's used to quite yet. This stout defensive line for Baltimore, Al Walker, brings him down.
I'm not a big fan of that run. I've saw it again where the fullback goes the opposite way. Use your fullback to block. You know what I mean? Don't have him be a decoy.
Richardson back to pass, out route up to the top. Johnson catches it, gets past the first down marker, and is able to get the first down. Frank Smith in on the tackle. Fresh set of downs now for the Lycans. 5:06 to go here in the first half with the clock stopped.
That shows you the speed of Johnson, Mike. I thought he had no shot, and all of a sudden, zoop, he was way past the first down marker.
Yeah, he's able to turn upfield and get going, highlighting Tommy Rahman's receiving stats. 7 receptions for him on the ball game.
Tight press man again for Baltimore. They're really trying to make this O-line hold up.
Short drop for Richardson. Pressure coming, gets the pass out complete. Turning upfield, Davius Reed with his first catch. The 6'2" receiver, 6 seasons now with the Lycans franchise. And he gets a first down. Matt, I thought he was a little bit short, but they're going to spot him a first down.
Starting to see what Baltimore is doing, Mike. When they press man, they blitz the linebackers. So LA should have a quick dump off like that when that situation happens.
Richardson steps up, and down he goes. Sacked on the play by, it looks like, big number 99, Sir Ron Yates, the 4th. Getting in on the sack party, Matt. He led the team in sacks last season, I believe.
Oh, my good Lord. He just pulled over that poor lineman.
10.5 sacks in season 16. That's top 10 in the league.
Yeah, there's a lot of 4 highly paid defensive linemen, Mike. That's a scary proposition.
Absolutely. There they all are with their hands down in the turf here on 2nd down and 14. Richardson throws, quick pass. It's a fumble recovered by Baltimore. Keenan Samuels, the free agent addition, scoops it up and gets it to the 27-yard line. But, Matt, I hear the excitement not in your voice because you don't think that was a fumble.
No way. That's a boom play. Watch this. Boop. No, he does not have possession of the ball.
Jack
Better
Flash,
throw the flag.
Jack Flash with the reception, getting it popped out, but I would expect to see a challenge flag here. Ben Stackenpaper trying to seek retaliation for being trucked by Tommy Rahman earlier. He knocked that one loose, but I'm going to guess that one's going to be called incomplete. So here is the challenge. We'll see if see if indeed it was a fumble. I'm going to go with you, Matt. I'm going to guess that it's an incomplete pass, but you never know.
See if my trained eye was correct.
Look at that slick move by Samuels, though, Matt.
Yeah, I know. They should try him out a running back. Oh, wait, they have one. I mean, that's
They had
not
a couple.
play.
They got Jimmy Hazard and T-Roy Gaines. Anyway, let's see who wins this challenge. And Matt, they're going to call it a fumble. The ruling on the field stands as called. My goodness. Los Angeles charged with a timeout, and Baltimore with possession of the football at the Los Angeles 27-yard line. There he is, Wigmore back out onto the field. That blows my mind.
I need to see the replay. When I saw the replay, I thought, well, that's closer than I thought. He might have taken two steps, but
Well, they're saying not enough to overturn it, so there you go. My goodness, T-Roy Gaines, the second carry of the day, gets 1 yard on that one, trying his hand at fullback like we've had some other running backs in the league do. Ray Bentley, longtime running back of the Mexico City Aztecs, now the fullback. T-Roy Gaines trying to see what he can do at fullback as well. Wigmore under center. Short drop, quick pass, tipped and
that would
incomplete.
have been.
Oh, man. That could have gone to the house if he had been able to pick that one off. Paladin Smith getting his hands on the ball.
Yeah, Smith had his chance there playing zone. And, well, he went up for the deflection, Mike, but if he had gone up with two hands instead of one, I think he could have had a chance to pick that ball. Yeah, he didn't really need to jump even. If he had just kind of put his hands up, I think he would have gotten the pick. But that's why they're linebackers, Mike, and not wide receivers.
Yeah, absolutely, Matt. He's 6'2". He's got some height. He can play a receiver. Trips down to the bottom. Wigmore looking downfield, throwing over the middle into triple coverage. My goodness. Trying to hit Ivory Irvin, but that one falls harmlessly to the turf. Bring up a 4th down and 9. Shark Tarkington out onto the field for a field goal try.
Wigmore got lucky a couple times. Could have been picked. But the old reliable Shark did not miss all of last season, Mike. So the only way he's going to miss is if there's some kind of block here, which...
Oh, we've seen blocks earlier today in the league.
If I'm LA, I'm just pushing hard to try to get one.
This one from about 42 yards out. High snap from the left hash. Tarkington sends it, and it is through the uprights. They'll spot it officially from 43, and Tarkington is elated to add 3 more points onto the board.
First, let's take a look at that beautiful holder.
I know. I love it how we highlight Adam Jefferson, the holder. He did a great job getting
the
that high
laces were
snap
out,
and getting
Mike.
it down. Yeah, corralled that ball, got it down, laces out, kick is up, and it's good. 27-7, Baltimore now with the lead over the Lycans after a questionable call, Matt, a very questionable call by the refs.
Yeah.
Calling that boom play, as you described it, a fumble. Ben Stackenpaper lowering the shoulder right into the football that Jack Flash had hauled in. They say that there was not enough to overturn it, and the ball was picked up by Keenan Samuels, the key free agent acquisition from the Jacksonville Kings. And nifty spin move by him gets it up to the 27-yard line, and that's where Baltimore started. Able to at least get a field goal out of it, adding some points on. More points off turnovers, Matt. That's the second time Baltimore's done it now in this ball game. First time came after a pick. They were able to end up getting a 94-yard touchdown pass to Daly Holder.
Those
now getting a field goal.
2:56 to go, so LA needs to get their best offense here.
Well, so far the best offense has been throwing it to Tommy Rahman, so they try that once again. He gains 2 on that play. The Lycans will get the ball to start the second half, so if they can put some points on the board and whittle this clock away, maybe get a touchdown, get the ball back, get another touchdown, and just like that, you can have a 1-score ball game. But first things first.
Yeah, first
drive at hand.
First. I think you're getting too far, like me, into the scenarios. We need to see some life out of this offense.
Richardson's going to hand the ball off to Johnson. Johnson's still struggling to get things going, but he gains 2 on that one. We bring up a 3rd down and 6 as we approach the 2-minute warning.
Just not loving these running packages I'm seeing from LA. They're just not hitting the middle fast enough, and then I haven't seen a real good off-tackle run yet either.
2-minute warning here in Baltimore. The Lycans in possession of the football, but a key 3rd down and 6 coming up right now. Richardson under center on this 3rd down and 6 with 3 wide receivers.
Press man might watch out for the linebacker blitz. Oh, gosh.
Pressure, down he goes. Sacked once again. A growing theme in this ballgame, Matt. Tucker Lewis with another one. And that put an end to the drive for the Lycans. And Baltimore content to let the clock continue to roll. Both teams with 2 timeouts. Baltimore not wanting to burn one. Stop the clock on this change of possession.
Normally I would agree with this strategy, except the punting situation is a little bit different for LA. So Baltimore's not going to get the field position they might figure they would normally get.
Tuin will punt this one from about the 5. They're going to let as much time tick off the clock as possible. Oh,
Oof.
High snap hauled in by Tuin, kicks it away. This one travels about 50 yards, Matt. 51, actually, I think. Bolt brought down at the 48. So 52 yards from the end zone, 1:11 and 2 timeouts to do it for the veteran Jack Wigmore and his squad. But first, Matt, the SFL invades Houston August 6th through 8th to induct the 2021 Hall of Fame class, showcase live and in-person Week 3 action, and to connect with the SFL community all around the world. Look out for live camera feeds from the event on our Twitch channel all weekend long at twitch.tv/Simulationfl. Wigmore going deep, wasting no time, tipped and almost intercepted. Ryan Yosef, Matt, he had his hands on the ball, we mentioned earlier, led the team in picks last season and couldn't quite haul that one in.
Can you imagine if the Lycans had half the picks that have gotten into their hands, though?
Yeah.
Again,
that would.
it's a different, could have been an entirely different game at this point.
You know, and the Lycans had done a fantastic job last season getting interceptions and unable to haul that one in. Wigmore, quick pass over the middle, and that one is incomplete too. And yeah, they almost could have ruled that one a fumble if the other one was, Matt.
Yeah.
Shima getting his hands on it, but comes in and out.
So if you're Baltimore, got to be careful here. You know, there's nothing wrong with punting this ball. Just you don't want to throw it back. And look at now the Lycans in press man coverage. See if this works.
4 wide receivers. Oh, look up at the top. The receiver beat
no,
his man,
no.
on the right-hand side and into the hands of Mac Chima. Chima gets the first down. Baltimore is going to burn one of their timeouts. First down and 10 inside the red zone from the 16.
That was some odd press man coverage. They backed off, and and someone might want to pay attention to Matt Chima there because he almost went all the way to the house. He wanted to do with it as his teammate Ivory Irvin did. And now Baltimore's sitting pretty.
It looked like press coverage without the press part.
There
was
that's
no
not
contact
good
at the line. You know, I'd like to see the defender at least chip him, throw him off his timing. Allowed Chima to run right by, getting a huge catch there. 57 seconds to go here in the first half. Wigmore under center. Wigmore to the end zone.
Oh!
Good catch. Touchdown, Baltimore. Throw it to the tight end, Lloyd Graham Jr. in the end zone.
Plucked out of the sky, Mike. One-handed that in the end zone, and that's what you pay the tight end big money for, to make those contested catches in the end zone. Look at this, just a straight go. One hand gets just leveled, but hangs onto the ball, and man, Baltimore now pouring it on.
Absolutely. What a beautiful catch by Lloyd Graham Jr. Real tight ends wear 83, Matt. He got that one done. In their last game, Matt, that they lost in the playoffs last season, 27-13 to Florida, Lloyd Graham Jr. was the leading receiver for Baltimore in that game. 7 receptions for 89 yards. Only has a couple of catches in this one, but 21 yards and a touchdown so far, so stats not too shabby. Shark Tarkington has the ball teed up, ready to kick it back off to Los Angeles. And Maddie, expecting them to still come out guns blazing, they got to get some points here.
They got to do something, but their defense needs to tighten up, Mike. It's not just the offense that's been causing problems. Oh!
Turn comes up to the 22-yard line. And that is where the Lycans will take back over on offense. Solly Richardson coming back out onto the field. Richardson has only had 2 passes that were not complete, Matt, and one of them was a pick. Otherwise, perfect on the day, 155 yards, and he has a touchdown. A long 41-yarder to Jack Flash. See what he can do here. Steps up into the pocket, almost past the line of scrimmage, but that one is caught and running away with it. It's Chris Lee, and he's tackled at the 43-yard line of Baltimore. Los Angeles will burn one of their 2 timeouts.
Yeah, Richardson fooled me. I thought he was going to take off for a couple-yard gain, but the last second, Lee gets handed off in the zone, and that was a kind of a half-hearted effort by 36 there to try to make a play, and Lee gets a lot of yards. And LA should just take another shot at the end zone, Mike, whether they get picked or not, because a field goal is not really going to do them much good.
Not a ton, no. At this point, they really want to just keep piling on some touchdowns. They've only got 1 on the ball game so far. Richardson drops, throws over the middle, right into coverage, nearly picked off by Frank Smith. Passes incomplete. 2nd down and 10 now from the 43, 38 seconds to go. 1 timeout remaining for the Lycans.
Again, I'm not interested in passes like that. Like, you gotta get the deep goes, the deep posts. You know. Oh, here we go. Press. Where's your dump off, man? Because here comes the blitz.
And there's the blitz indeed. Throws it off to the left, but can't get it into the hands of his target. Davius Reed not quite ready for that one, Matt.
It's a sticky situation there, Mike. As a quarterback, I'd be shifting people around, getting my protection. I might throw 2 guys in the backfield if I know that's coming.
Frank Smith in the chat. I can't catch, he says. Nope.
That's why you're a linebacker.
You're a tackling machine, though.
Similar situation here, Mike.
Crowd on their feet. Richardson back to throw. Out route. Throws it short to Tommy Robb. And Tommy gets it up to the 35. And in field goal range for Rob Ems. But like you said, Matt, they really don't want field goals. But at this point, I think they just got to take it. I don't know. 4th and 2. What do you do, Matt?
Oh, man. I don't even know if it's in M's range. Okay, I guess they're going to try.
They will indeed try. Matt, Ems only missed 1 kick. You know, we mentioned Shark Tarkington perfect on the season. Rob Ems, 95.7% field goal percentage. He was 22 of 23 last season. So that's pretty good himself. But 51 yards straight down the middle. It's on its way, and it's good. Adding some points onto the board for the Lycans, and Ems falls to his knees to celebrate.
Yeah, plenty of distance on that. Yep. I don't know why must have ran out of gas. Need some oxygen. I don't know, but watch out, Mike. They're kicking it back to Bolt with 25 seconds to go.
Yeah. Giovanni Bolt, kick return for a touchdown earlier on in this ball game. If you missed it, you'll have to watch the highlights later on because it was impressive. Takes this one 2 yards deep out of his own end zone. And this one, well defended, tackled at the 19-yard line.
We'll see. Baltimore might take another shot at the, nice go route to Irvin or Holder or Chima, one of those guys. Because for some reason, this LA defense seems to be pretty weak to the deep ball. Although here they're playing way off.
Well, maybe we can get a Los Angeles turnover here if they're going to continue to throw, and they do. And my goodness, I thought I called that one. Lloyd Graham Jr. is able to haul that one in, gain a 7.
Oh, let's see. Now, if I see that weird man bump coverage, I'm just telling all my receivers to go. But again, 3-3 defense, not much to see here, at least at the moment.
Wigmore back to pass once again. Out route up to the top, complete once again to Graham. And they're going to let the clock continue to roll, Matt. I think that will bring us to halftime, as the final seconds tick away in this one. And there we go. The whistle has been blown. Halftime here in Baltimore. The Vultures out in front, 34-10. Matt, quite a wild first half of action so far. At first, it was both teams kind of firing back and forth, and then Baltimore suddenly starts to run away with it. Your thoughts on the first half as we see the stats?
Look at the rushing yards, Mike.
Yeah, we haven't seen any
total rushing yards. I don't know what's going on with. I mean, I expect that out of Baltimore, but not out of LA. I think LA's run selection has been, the play selection has been poor, and they've just committed too many turnovers. And again, big plays from Baltimore, 2 touchdowns on deep throws. That's a killer. And the LA defense, they've gotten their hands on the ball a couple times, but hasn't had that happen, right? The one time LA goes deep, they get picked. That could have been 3 right there. But instead we get this, right? Look how wide open.
94 yards to the house. Let's recap the first half, Matt. It started off Baltimore 9-play, 72-yard drive, resulting in a Shark Tarkington field goal. Los Angeles would have to punt on their first possession. Baltimore would get it back and would actually net -6 on their last possession, Matt. Los Angeles would get the ball back, throw an interception that you saw, followed by that 94-yard touchdown pass. Los Angeles got the 41-yarder that you just saw, but immediately after that, Baltimore gets the ball in Giovanni Bolt's hands on the kickoff return all the way to the house. Touchdown for Baltimore. And from there, Matt, it was basically all Baltimore as they continued to just pile on the points. Look at that back,
back
that's
the
corner
other
of
one.
the end zone. Daly Holder, his second touchdown of the ball game. Los Angeles would have a questionable call here, Matt, a fumble. They call it a fumble, scooped up by Keenan Samuels. They review it. They say it's indeed a fumble. So what happens? Well, they make a field goal out of it anyway. High snap. Nice job, Holder, getting it down. And Tarkington pops that one through. And the growing theme, Matt, Los Angeles, 4 plays and -2 yards. They had to punt that one away. Baltimore gets the ball back, 16 yards of passing after this play here. Jumped the gun a little bit on that one, Matt. Nice pass there to Mac Chima. They're able to actually end up punching that one in for a 16-yard touchdown pass. Los Angeles trying to get something going here, Matt. They end up getting the ball into Chris Lee's hands. He's able to run forward and set up what ultimately would set up anyway, a 43-yard field goal try. Los Angeles would kick that one through. Baltimore would run the clock out on the ensuing possession, bringing us to halftime, and here we are now. Baltimore getting ready to kick the ball off. 34-10 is your score. On the SFL Twitch page, the Vancouver Legion out in front of the DC Dragons, 28-13. A couple of high-scoring games going on right now. So opening kick by Shark Tarkington, taken out of the end zone and brought back up to the 21-yard line, and that is where the Lycans will take back over on offense. Sully Richardson, 20 of 24, about 200 yards in the first half, 1 touchdown, 1 pick. The receivers, well, Davius Reed, 1 catch for 10 yards. Chris Lee, a couple of catches for 39 yards. Jack Flash, 2 receptions, 51 yards, and a touchdown for the tight end. We saw a heavy dose of Tommy Rahman, 9 receptions for 73 yards, the rookie fullback. Will we see more of that in this one? Well, first we're going to go deep down the left side, and immediately picked off Austin Brigham, his second pick of the ball game. And just like that, Matt, the high-flying Vultures back in control on offense.
We've seen it, Mike, this is an instant replay of the last pick.
It is.
Again, trying to go on a streak and just Brigham can't separate. And now Baltimore has the ball back in great field position, and they can pretty much do whatever they want. And they're just going to continue to throw this ball around.
Wigmore in the gun, 4 receivers on the field. Wigmore still taken to the skies. We haven't seen really anything out of the run game, Matt. We were excited to see the first rounder, Jimmy Hazard, see what he could do in the rushing attack. He's only got 4 carries so far. T-Roy Gaines in his new position at fullback, only 2. So 6 rushing attempts on offense compared to 24 passing attempts. So still going with the pass-heavy look for the Vultures. Wigmore under center now. Another quick pass deep and almost picked off. Rochelle Colston getting her hand on the ball. And that's really what the Lycans need, Matt. They need their defense.
Need picks.
Yeah, they need their defense to get that ball.
Because you're going to get Baltimore another down, and they could pick it up easily. I mean, not easily, but they've shown the ability to pick up 3rd and longs.
Third down and 10 now. Empty backfield for the Vultures. Wigmore takes a snap, looks, fires deep down the middle again.
No.
That one caught. Called in by Avery Irvin. He keeps the drive alive in Los Angeles territory up to the 28-yard line.
That's what we're talking about, Mike. No pickup for the Lycans, and then wide over the middle. Where's the safety help? I don't know. But LA's letting Baltimore's receivers get past the defense too early or too quickly. And, Wigmore's not getting, penalized for his mistakes.
Wigmore throwing it down to the bottom. There it is, a timely pick. Thomasina Raman taking it back the other way. And Los Angeles gets just what they needed to try to climb back into this one.
Well, it's a long way to the top when you want to rock and roll, Mike, but that's a good start right there. As Robin showing some good hand-eye coordination, reaching out for that one. And now this Lycan offense needs to move down the field. They've got a lot of time, score a touchdown, and then go from there.
Richardson coming back out onto the field for the Lycans. Vulture defense chomping at the bit. They want another turnover. Richardson firing deep down the right-hand side.
No!
That turnover going back the other way immediately. Ben Stack and Paper. I don't think Tommy Rahman should have trucked Stack and Paper. Matt, he's forced a fumble, and now he's got a pick.
Let's just see. And again, just the inability. And that ball was underthrown, though.
It was,
to be fair from Richardson.
3 picks in the last 58 seconds of play.
LA is either boom or bust, Mike. They're throwing the 3 to 4 yard passes to the backs, or they're throwing these just heave hoes to the receivers, and Baltimore's ready for those.
Yeah, this secondary of Baltimore, it's a veteran group. Lots of picks between the lot of them. T-Roy Gaines trying to get involved in the passing game. That one goes for no gain.
Is it me or is T-Roy look like he put on a few pounds? The old country buffet works for everyone.
Oh boy, here we go. Here we go with you and your buffet chatter. 35 interceptions for the Baltimore secondary last season between the group. And it's funny, Troy Loshaw actually had 12 of those, so he counts for about 1/3 of the picks. Haven't seen any picks from him yet today, but hey, the day's still young. Out route up to the top, hauled in by Graham. Gains 4 yards, 3rd down and 6 now. Lycans trying their best on defense to get themselves a stop here so they can force the punt, get another shot at it.
They get a stop here. They're even if it's 3rd and inches, it's not in field goal range for Baltimore, so they just have to don't let them catch the ball in front of that yellow line.
Wigmore looking, going deep. And was off to the races. There he goes. Ivory Irvin, touchdown, Baltimore.
Whoa.
And he's rowing the boat, Matt.
Oh, no, not the boat. like
40
more
points.
Like, for LA, it looks more like the Titanic.
Oh, no.
Never let go, Jack. Never let
Never
go.
let go.
Oh,
what
went
a
for
great
the
jump
pick.
and catch. Yeah, well, they got to. Got to try to get that one back. And Rochelle Colston climbing the ladder, trying to get the pick, but Ivory Irvin coming down with it. Irving with 8 touchdowns last season. Got one on the board here in game number 1. 4 touchdown passes now, Matt, for Jack Wigmore.
A lot of just Wigmore's throwing the passes the right distance to be, he's not underthrowing his receivers. Richardson is throwing it up and trusting his receivers to kind of get ahead of the coverage, but they can't.
The passes are just short.
Yeah, they're short, and I don't know. LA needs big plays. I don't know if they have them in their bag of tricks, but still a lot of time, Mike. 9:22.
Absolutely, Matt. There's a lot of time left in this ball game. Most of the second half. It seems like the second half's been going on for a while, but not a lot of clock has ticked off yet. This return is brought up to the 22-yard line. Visit the SFL website at simulationfl.net for links to apparel from Sector 6. It's the official apparel provider of the Simulation Football League. And SFL mini helmets from 97 Sports Promotions. Sector 6 features replica team jerseys and completely customized jackets, flags, t-shirts, and more. You can get the gear that fans wear with Sector 6, 97 Sports Promotions, and the SFL. Got a Mexico City Aztecs mini helmet sitting right up on my shelf now. Ball is handed off right into the hands of Robert Johnson. And Matt, we've seen a grand total of no running from either of these teams. We got about 10 yards of rushing from the Lycans and about 8 yards of rushing from Baltimore. It's just been an air attack that is gone in Baltimore's favor.
Well, LA is trying to kind of play Baltimore's game as far as at least passing the ball as much, but they're not being nearly as successful with it.
Richardson swings this one out to Tommy Rahman. Rahman able to turn and get upfield, 3rd down and 2. As we compare the leading receivers from each of these teams, Tommy Rahman still leading the way for the Lycans. 79 yards receiving on the day.
He got all his beef, Mike. Just run power I right up the middle. 2 tight ends and a fullback. Just let him run. Nope.
They'll throw. Pressure coming. Once again, down goes Richardson. Sacked. Putting another end to the drive. Sacked back at the 26-yard line. I believe that's the 4th sack of the day now for this Baltimore defense.
Yeah, Baltimore is bringing the pressure, and LA can't do anything to stop it. That's been a big shift, too, in this game. Early on, Baltimore wasn't really getting to Richardson, but now they're just, I don't know, he's looking more like a piñata. Hopefully the candy doesn't come out.
And the rookie that the Lycans were hoping to not see a whole lot of today, Chance Tuwin, punting another ball away back to the dangerous Giovanni Bolt, takes it at the 39, sidesteps the defender, well covered though, tackled back at the 42-yard line. That is where Baltimore will take back over on offense. Can visit the SFL's YouTube channel at youtube.com/simulationfl for an archive of every game, every draft, every moment you might have missed since the Simulation Football League got its start way back in 2013. SFL YouTube features top 10 plays of the week, archived people behind players segments, and all the major milestones in league history. And the longest run of the day comes from Jimmy Hazard as he rumbles forward for a gain of 7. He's excited about that one, Matt.
Finally got a ball to run with. Yeah, I mean, Hazard hasn't been really involved in the pass game like Gaines was in his career at Baltimore. But I don't think Baltimore is calling off the dogs anytime soon, Mike.
Wigmore looking to pass, goes over the middle once again to Ivory Irvin. Irvin's just piling on the yards now. That one puts him over 100 on the day, and Wigmore with a pretty good triple-digit passer rating.
Yeah, it's just a good pass and right into cover it. No coverage. 20 diving there for the pick and Holston, but alas, no pick. And this Baltimore offense, I think we're going to see another pass here.
4 receivers on the field once again. Deep
Uh-oh.
drop by Wigmore. Pressure coming, but Wigmore gets it away
Oh.
and into the hands of his target. First down and goal from the 5. Mac Chima with another one. Matt, I think that put Wigmore over 400 yards.
Man, there's a lot of game left. Oh, boy. It's every time Wigmore goes deep, I'm like, I'm fearing for LA, and every time LA goes deep, I'm fearing for LA.
Yeah. Wigmore, he's throwing darts out there, Matt. Wigmore in the gun once again, first down and goal. So play action, that one looking towards the end zone. Pressure coming. Wigmore flips it out to the rookie. The rookie able to gain 3 on it. I thought Wigmore might just take it himself.
Wigmore could have ran for the touchdown himself. He's like, I want to get the rookie involved. That's like you sometimes when you're playing Madden, want to flip the ball back. And
that's right. Pitch it. You're about to get tackled. You pitch it. That's how you keep the play going. Sometimes it results in a turnover, but the play goes nonetheless. So ball is handed off to T-Roy Gaines. T-Roy rumbling forward all the way to the 1. All the way. He got 1 yard on a 2 yards to go situation. So third down and goal from the 1. He can hand it off to Gaines again. Matt, have him power through. No stranger of the end zone.
Look at this formation.
Both Gaines and Hazard in the backfield. Wigmore under center and only 3 down linemen for the Lycans. They hand the ball off, and it's well covered. Gaines unable to get any forward momentum. Moore Rivers gets the stop, and it's 4th down and goal.
Oh, I'm surprised. I mean,
I thought Gaines would be able to get through that one. Only 3 down linemen, but pressure was coming. So the closest field goal you can ever get is a kicker, just about. Shark Tarkington from the left hash. This one officially from about 17 yards. Yeah. And they'll call it 18.
Shark should have had some fun and kicked it, with his other leg.
44-10 now the score here in Baltimore. And in both of those earlier contests between these franchises, when it was the Chicago Wildcats versus the Baltimore Vultures, 34 points and 35 points was the amount that Baltimore put on at home. And 4:56 to go in the third quarter, and all of the fourth quarter. Baltimore already with 44 points on the board. They could be looking for a franchise record here or something, Matt. They're just piling on the points.
This feels like the world's longest third quarter.
It is lengthy. It is indeed a lengthy third quarter.
I think we've had games with commercials that might have been longer than this one.
No commercial breaks here in this one, Matt. We're going to keep on powering through as the Lycans back out on the field on offense. Ken Richardson gets something going. He's going to swing this one out to Robert Johnson. Defense all over it. Tackled by Alvin Mack right back at the line of scrimmage, 2nd down and 10.
And the tale of 2 quarterbacks, those 3 picks, just killed LA. Although they haven't been the real killer, but they haven't helped.
Sully Richardson, 22 of 28. 3 interceptions, like you say, Matt. Richardson to throw. That one going down to the bottom. Complete. Hauled in by Chris Lee. Momentum will carry him out of bounds, setting up a 3rd down and 7.
If I'm LA, do not run the 2 back 3 receiver set. Baltimore will blitz you every time. At least that's what I've seen. They're gonna play if they're in press man. Uh oh.
Pressure could be coming here.
Hold on to your butts, Richardson.
And the linebackers drop and drop right into coverage. Frank Smith, who self-proclaimed cannot catch, does not catch that one, but breaks the pass up. 4th down and 7 now. Yeah,
you're right, Mike. They didn't blitz that time, but still not Still a great result. And the clock barely moved. I think the sand in this hourglass is stuck.
Chance to win on to punt. Once again for the Lycans. Giovanni Bolt back to receive. And fair catch called for by Bolt at the 40. Jack Wigmore, 22 of 33. He's got over 400 yards, 4 touchdowns, and he did throw 1 pick, Matt, but 135.7 quarterback rating. He is picking up right where he left off last season. Led the league in multiple categories last season, or at least, was top in the league. He led in passing attempts with 564. He's approaching that number today, as it seems.
Yeah, it looks like it. Uh-oh.
Add on another one for Wigmore. He's going to hit Lloyd Graham Jr. for a gain of 7. Number 1 in passing attempts, number 2 in passing completions, Matt. He had over 3,500 yards. Good for 6th in the league. 22 passing touchdowns. He's currently on pace for 48 passing touchdowns, but we'll see how the season progresses. 22 passing touchdowns, that's 8th in the league. He threw 31 picks. Sounds like a lot, but that was actually near the bottom of the league in lowest amount of picks. And sacked the least. That helps a lot. Going deep down the field, breaking the tackle almost. Mac Chima. So, the yards just come in bunches.
My God, the yards.
So many yards, man. And, it's actually a good point. We've seen Sully Richardson get sacked quite a few times today. The pressure.
Ball.
Yeah, absolutely. The pressure's been in Sully Richardson's face all day. He was the most sacked quarterback in the league last season, Matt. 47 sacks. And he's already been sacked 3 or 4 times in this ball game. I think at least 4.
I don't know.
And that's the problem. When the pressure keeps on coming like that and you can't get the pass off in time, it's tough to get anything going. Look at Wigmore. Wigmore's standing there like it's just offense only out there on the field. And as all day, it seems, hits Chima in stride.
Like it's a Sunday afternoon. No, it is a Sunday afternoon.
It is a Sunday afternoon, man. 2nd down and 4 from the 11. 2 backs in the backfield. And sticking to the passing game, why not? Daly Holder with the reception, gets what he needs for a first down. First down and goal from the 3-yard line as we tick down to 2 minutes to go here in the third quarter of play. A little bit closer game going on the SFL Twitch channel. Vancouver still out in front, but the lead has been narrowed 28-20. DC Dragons in hot pursuit.
All right, LA's got him just where they want him, Mike. The goal line stand.
And the ball is handed off to Jimmy Hazard. Hazard's going to lose a couple on the play. Brings up a 2nd down and goal. Thomasine Rahman now with 4 tackles. That one going for a loss.
See if Baltimore comes out in a passing situation. Nope. Although, again, look at the top of the screen. Nice little out route. Would work well.
Yeah, playing way off. And instead they hand it off to T-Roy Gaines. T-Roy Gaines punching into the end zone. Touchdown, Baltimore. That is 100 all-purpose touchdowns for T-Roy Gaines, Matt. He's been getting it done throughout his career and getting it done in different ways. He's got a lot of rushing touchdowns. That's rushing touchdown number 78. He's also got 22 receiving touchdowns. Nice round number of 100 on his career of all-purpose touchdowns. Congratulations to T-Roy, still getting it done in his new position at fullback.
Well, Mike, the over-under is 54.5. Baltimore could beat the over-under just by themselves.
I'm confident that they will, Matt. I'm pretty sure that they're going to get at least 3 more points. There's still quite a bit of ball game left to be played here. And their offense has just been seemingly unstoppable. At the beginning of the game, they did punt once.
Remember, there was a drop on that one drive by, I believe it was Daly Holder. That's
Ivory Irvin. That was Irvin that dropped that one.
Yeah, Ivory Irvin on that.
That was the one and only punt. Yep. Yeah. And that he had first down yardage in his hand. If he had held that one, that would have negated the only punt. So, the second possession of the ball game was the one that you're referring to, where they had to punt, and then their first possession of the second half was an interception. Otherwise, they've scored points on every single one of their possessions, and most of them have been touchdowns.
Yeah, they got stopped at the goal line on the 1. So, all right, LA, time to pull out something.
And getting the ball into the hands of Tommy Rahman. He's able to gain 3 on the play.
Yeah, I mean, blitz was coming again in Richardson's face, and your quarterback starts taking one too many hits. Like he gets a little happy feet, and that might be happening to Richardson right now.
Richardson drops, throws over the middle, and that one's complete, good for a first down. I'd almost go into the no huddle.
Yeah, why not? Although you're facing this difficult front 4, and if your O-line starts getting fatigued, they might start feasting on their quarterback. So it depends. Yeah, I might, after that, would at least try one and see what happens if you get an advantageous situation.
Yeah. Richardson back to pass, swings that one out to Robert Johnson. Johnson having a quiet day this afternoon. 3 yards on that one. Brings up a 2nd down and 7 as we took away the final seconds of quarter number 3. Matt, the longest third quarter in SFL history has come to a close. 51-10. Baltimore out in front in their home opener. And Matt, boy, oh boy, are they putting on a show for the hometown crowd tonight.
Yeah, it's something.
Second down and 7. I'm Mike Daggs, joined in the booth by Matt Wilson, the Hall of Famer. Gerald Smith with us on stats, keeping track of all the yards that Baltimore's piling on and everything else going on in this one. Tommy Rahman getting that one out to the 43-yard line, sets up a 3rd down and 3. LA needs to convert this one, Matt, keep this drive alive. It's imperative.
Keep the clock rolling. I mean,
they're down and 3 going deep, and that one's nearly intercepted as well. Pass slightly underthrown. And it's falling down to the turf. It looks like they will. I thought they might go for this one, Matt. 4th down and 3, approaching midfield.
And
2 ins out.
Yeah.
So this one will indeed be punted away. Hauled in by Bolton. He gets it out to the 26-yard line. And time for another Baltimore drive, Matt. Let's see what they can do on this one. Like I said, they've only had 2 possessions where they did not score. One was a pick in the second half here, and the other one was a punt in the first half, but only because Ivory Irvin had a drop.
Butterfingers.
Old Butterfingers himself, that guy. And throwing it over the middle. Somehow, that's just how. Like I thought that was picked, and then I thought it was at least. Yeah. I thought it was at least tipped down to the turf, but somehow Daly Holder says, "I'm just going to take this one. Go ahead and catch this, and easy peasy." Second down and inches. Ball is handed off. My goodness, Jimmy Hazard gets the inches that he needed. Keeps the drive going.
Maybe Baltimore's finally going to start using Hazard, try to milk some of this clock. And, I mean, I'm sure we'll see the all-star backups at some point, Mike. There's no Freddie Fox there.
No Freddie Fox. T-Roy Gaines is still here, though. He rumbles forward for a gain of 5.
They should just put T-Roy at halfback when the backups come in for old time's sake.
I think you want to get your first rounder some more experience. I'd leave him out there. Let him keep doing his thing. Second down and 5 now for Baltimore. Play action. Wigmore has some time, ends up checking it down to Hazard. Hazard does a nifty little juke, gets up to the 46-yard line, sets up a 3rd down and 1. Matt, all-time high-scoring games in Baltimore franchise history. This one actually would rank 4th. They had 2 games in Season 12 where they put up 52 and 62 points.
Oof.
And then just last season in Season 16, they had a game against the Lone Star Glory.
Oh,
there's a pick. Rochelle Colston getting her hands on the ball, and she takes that one away. 2 picks now for Wigmore on the day.
Finally.
Rochelle, she was tired, man. She's like, I'm tired of seeing Baltimore score. I'm putting a stop to it.
Yeah, because those deep passes have been money for Baltimore all game long, but that time, not so much. So this LA really needs to get their running game together, Mike. They can't win games like this. They got to have a more balanced attack.
Robert Johnson's had a quiet afternoon, only 6 rushing attempts. And obviously, well,
hey!
here. That right back. Yeah, that's happened a few times in this game. Now back-to-back. So the Vikings defense gets a pick. Yeah, stacking paper. I'm telling you, hard feelings from that hard hit from Tommy Rahman, and he's been making them pay for it ever since. Another interception. So 3 turnovers at the hands of Stack and Paper alone. 2 interceptions and a forced fumble. So back on April 24th, earlier this year, Baltimore put up 66 points against the Lone Star Glory. 66-40 was the final score in that one. And another pick. So 3 picks in 3 plays. So, my goodness. That one taken away by Mike Scott.
Great Scott.
Great Scott indeed.
Nice off the deflection there. And do I hear 4 picks, Mike? 4 picks in a row.
We can, but we'll see what happens, man. On the SFL Twitch channel, the DC Dragons are now in the lead, 29-28 over the Legion. The Legion have had 28 points on the board for a while now, and the Dragons have been piling some more points on. Tom Pepper has 410 yards passing, but
he's losing.
They're losing by 1. So we don't have 4 plays in a row of picks, Matt, because that one's hauled in by Tommy Rahman for a gain of 5. Lycan's still chucking it his way. I'm interested to see how this season progresses with this passing attack, see if they keep these Tommy Rahman passes in. I mean, they've gotten quite a few yards off.
Those haven't been the problem.
Right. Tommy Rahman is he's got 92 yards on the day? Yeah, about 92 yards. So
they just need to sprinkle in some 5-6 yard runs in there with these short passes, and it'll be fine. But they haven't tried to run much, and the runs they have been, like I said, they haven't really gotten Tommy Rahman into block. He's been kind of a decoy, but they haven't really given him the ball as a running back, so why would he be a decoy? But I digress. There it is again. You see Rahman?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I see exactly what you're talking about. Rahman heading off to the side instead of throwing a block, and
they could have used
Johnson
the block.
Johnson needed that block there. Brings up a 4th down and 1, and they're going to keep the offense out there, or nope, they're going to punt this one away. Chance to win, the busiest punter of the day so far.
He's going to retire early. They're going to wear out his leg.
His legs used up in 1 career game. Giovanni Bolt gets it up to the 31-yard line. APM Music is unrivaled music to bring your stories to life, inspiring every production with the world's most robust and constantly refreshed music collection, state-of-the-art technology, and world-class customer service. APM Music is the official soundtrack of the Simulation Football League. To explore their library and to find the perfect tracks for your projects, visit apmmusic.com. Matt, I went there the other day. I'm looking at some of their music for some of the drone videos that I'm working on. Some great stuff on apmmusic.com. Wigmore pump fakes, throws over the middle. That one is caught and good for a first down up to the 42-yard line, hitting Jimmy Hazard in the passing game.
Now he's earning hazard pay with this score. He should be on the sidelines.
First down and 10 from the Baltimore 42. Hazard takes the handoff. Hazard rumbling forward. Hazard for 8, tackled at midfield.
And again, you see a 3-3 or a 3-2 front. Run on it all day long. You got a fullback. You got good enough blocking, and again, nice little Hazard fits through and then breaks a tackle and gets 5 or 6 yards, and that's what you want to do. You're up 51-10 to milk some clock.
6 minutes to go here in the ball game. 41-point lead. My goodness. 4 wide receivers on the field for Baltimore. Baltimore's had a pretty convincing offensive attack, Matt. It's something that other teams are definitely going to have to take note of throughout the season. Lloyd Graham Jr. with another catch, another first down. I believe he fell out of bounds.
If you defend some of those deep balls a little bit better, it'd be a different story. And if some of those contested balls were picked instead of deflected for Baltimore, again, if they've gotten a little bit lucky this game that they haven't had more interceptions.
Wigmore out route down to the bottom once again. Lloyd Graham Jr. back-to-back receptions, back-to-back first downs. Keeping the clock rolling this time around.
Man, 2 hands for safety because, you don't want to fumble. You just want to keep getting yards, staying in bounds, driving. Wigmore still in the game. I'm waiting for the backups, but none yet.
Maybe another minute or so, and we'll see those. Lloyd Graham Jr. came into tonight's ball game, Matt, with 299 career receptions, past that 300 mark some time ago. And fullback T-Roy Gaines rumbles forward, adding on to his storied career. He's got a championship ring to his name, along with several other players that were part of that championship season for Baltimore.
Jack Wigmore, 500 yards.
He's been slinging it, and he's not stopping yet. Lloyd Graham Jr. with the catch. They'll mark him out of bounds at the 28-yard line, 3rd down and 2.
And now we're seeing the short dink and dunk passing game from Baltimore, which still works, surprisingly.
Dave Iceberg in the chat says this is more aerial than Cirque du Soleil. I agree. And challenge to see if this one was indeed in bounds. I thought it was close. But what do we know, Matt? We didn't think that was a fumble either.
Let's see. Out route. Watch the feet. I think he was out.
I think he was in. He had 1 foot in. One foot is all you need here in the SFL. We'll see. And he was indeed in. The ruling on the field stands. 2 lost challenges now for the Lycans. There will be no more challenges.
Looks like James Richards had some more hair on the sidelines.
The rest is gone. So that does indeed bring up a 3rd down and 2 as originally called. 4 minutes, 38 seconds to go in the ball game. Let's see if they can convert this one. Wigmore comes out under center. And it's not Wigmore, Matt. It was T-Roy Gaines that got the ball, but Adam Jefferson checking in at quarterback for that snap. Comes to an end, and Shark Tarkington will come out to try to add 3 more points.
What was the number 3 highest scoring game in Baltimore history? 53?
You got to ask me quiz questions after I move away from that. 52. So 52 was the 3rd highest scoring ball game in Baltimore history back in season 12. And this extra point, this field goal would move this ball game up into third highest scoring Baltimore game. Should be a chip shot for a guy like Shark, and it is 44 yards out, 54-10. The score now in this one. A special edition of SFL football gets you through the workday on For the Fans Friday, starting at 12:30 Eastern Time, headlined by Sioux Falls and Tulsa and Fort Worth in Arizona. Bonus coverage of Week 2's start includes Mexico City and Carolina and Denver, Atlanta. Football Friday this week on FTF, Matt. We might get involved in a little Football Friday action. Have to see how the schedule shakes out. Kick taken back at about the 2. Turned up to the 26. So Sully Richardson back out onto the field, Matt. He's thrown the ball 38 times. 29 completions. He's got 240 yards, 4 interceptions, though. That's killer.
Yeah, but he's been sacked a ton too. So he just hasn't had enough time.
Yeah, the sacks, they've really been what's been causing a lot of the picks too. He's just trying to get the ball out real fast. And it hasn't ended well most of the time. He had one deep pass that went to the tight end that ended up going in for a touchdown, Jack Flash. That one. Otherwise, they've been short passes or the deep passes were picked.
Well, the backups are on. Maybe they can get something going on offense. At least something to carry over for the next game.
Davius Reed catches that one. Pressure coming and breaks through one sack. Can't break through sack number 2. Brought down on the play. That'll put an end to the drive. Some of the backups are in, Matt, but Hale Walker, he wanted another sack, and he got it. And they bring the offense out. Well, it's desperation time, Matt. Sully Richardson. He takes the snap. He looks. Pressure coming again. Matt, he's sacked again. Is that Al Walker again? It is.
Yeah.
Al Walker, back-to-back plays, back-to-back sacks. He gets the turnover on downs. First down and 10 now for the Baltimore Vultures at the Los Angeles 24. Dave Iceberg says most sacks in a game. I don't think this is the most sacks. I've seen Matt get sacked more than Richardson's been sacked so far. I'm just saying, Matt. You get thrown around like a rented mule. I don't know.
That's not very nice. Quarterback, a rented mule.
You'll be fine, Matt. And the ball is handed off to number 44, Damon Morehouse, giving rookie Jimmy Hazard some quiet time on the sideline. 2 minutes, 30 seconds to go in this super high scoring game, Matt. 54.5 points is the over-under. Baltimore at 54. Maybe they won't break that over-under on their own. We'll have to see.
Well, they're in field goal range, Mike.
That's true. Adam Jefferson.
You might want to count your chickens unless they get a first down.
Don't count your vultures before they're hatched. Morehouse runs forward for a gain of about 3 yards. Brings up a 3rd down and 7. That ticks us down to the 2-minute warning. And there it is. 2 minutes to go here in this one-sided affair. They're down and 7 now for the Vultures. Big James Richards, 6'8", 350-pound defensive end there, Matt. Filled the whole screen. Wigmore. Oh, excuse me. Not Wigmore.
Oh, yeah.
Ball's incomplete. Jefferson. Wigmore came in for one final hurrah. No, that was Adam Jefferson. He threw the ball. That one fell incomplete. But Tarkington, he's coming out onto the field to kick this field goal up and through. And Matt, in the other game on the SFL Twitch channel, the scoring back and forth it goes. Vancouver back out in front now with 38 points on the board. Out in front of DC, who's got 36.
This would be the second highest scoring game. Would it if he makes this?
Nope. No, that one would be hard to beat. They need 62 points. So they're at 57. If they, guess if they get a touchdown, they can move this up to the second highest scoring game in league
There's the
history.
over.
There's the over. Yep, absolutely.
Good old Adam Jefferson getting his,
Matt, he throws the ball. He holds the ball. He's got my vote for player of the game. I'm kidding. I am kidding. I
hashtag
think.
Jefferson for MVP.
Week 2 continues Saturday on Next Level Sports. Coverage begins at 2:30 p.m. Eastern Time with the Louisiana Revolution, Gerald Smith's Louisiana Revolution, taking on the Charleston Predators, followed by the Battle for Florida. Begin between the Storm and the Jacksonville Kings. Bonus coverage includes London Queen City and Vancouver Lone Star. Giovanni Bolt, is that you?
No,
that's excuse me.
Wrong team.
I'm all discombobulated now, Matt. Travis Warren Jr.
Can Florida please change their name, by the way, to the Storm to something else?
Nope. They're going to be the Florida Storm, and you're going to like it, and you're going to call them the Florida Storm, Matt. I know you want to call them Alaska. Just it's your thing.
Can't they be like the tsunami Florida or something? Or I don't know.
No, Florida Storm. It's not that hard. It's only hard for you. Nice pass over the middle is hauled in by Davius Reed. Los Angeles will call a timeout as they get the catch up at the 49-yard line.
The tornadoes. There's no tornadoes in Florida, but tsunami is another name for a hurricane.
No, it's really not. Those are two very different weather systems, Matt.
Are you sure?
Do you not know what a tsunami is?
I thought it was a hurricane in like Japan.
No, Matt. They don't just give hurricanes fancy names just because it's in Japan. A tsunami is a massive wave.
Oh yeah, that's right. What the heck? A monsoon. There you go. The Florida monsoons. Perfect. See,
my goodness. Oh, Richardson, what are you doing?
I gotta get out the B material, Mike. It's 57-10.
The Florida monsoons. Well, I don't know.
Max Paul, please hashtag monsoons.
Mighty RX. Max Paul, the owner of the Florida Storm, previously known as the Alaska Storm, which is the bane of Matt's existence. They kept the same logo, they kept the same colors, and to Matt, they kept the same state, even though they moved as far possible as they possibly could. Like, you can't, there's not two states farther away in the country than Alaska and Florida. They've totally flipped corners of the entire, I don't know, Northern Hemisphere. What do you want to call it? I'm done.
You can't call them the Hurricanes because they're the Miami Hurricanes. It doesn't work.
Well, Commissioner Cameron Irvine reminding me that Hawaii's a state. So
yeah.
Well, listen though, but Alaska's big. I'd have to measure that. That'll be post game. We'll have to see. Richardson gets this one down to Tommy Rahman. The one shining light here in the Lycans game so far, Matt, has been the production of Tommy Rahman, the undrafted rookie. He's got about 100 yards receiving. So it's all about turnovers, and like we were talking about pre-game, Matt, the turnovers are really what undid the Lycans last season. They ended 6-6, 37 takeaways. There was a couple teams, but only two that had more takeaways than that. Tommy Rahman getting the first down. Yes, he does. Steps out of bounds, gets that first down. And the defense did a great job. Top 10 in takeaways. They had 32 takeaways last season, but combine those two numbers, still a -5 turnover differential. You're just not going to win. Not going to win enough ball games with a negative turnover differential. And see, Matt, this is why I say our stats man, Gerald Smith, is so knowledgeable and helpful and keeps these broadcasts alive for us. He says that it's not a monsoon. It's a typhoon.
Yeah, typhoon. Okay, the Florida.
Japanese hurricanes are typhoons, so the Florida typhoons. But Matt, there's one key problem.
What?
They're not in Japan.
Well, the SFL wants to, we got the London Knights, Mike. How about
now you want them to move to a different country?
The Tokyo Typhoons. Boom. TT, right?
They
Tokyo
can keep
Typhoon.
the logo,
yes,
but they got to change continents. I see.
But isn't that a great team name? The T and the T, the Tokyo
that is
Typhoons?
the Tokyo Typhoons. That's You better register that as a trademark, Matt.
Yes.
Excellent. The Tokyo Typhoons.
So Cam,
Coming to the SFL in season 18, the Tokyo Typhoons.
Perfect. Someone to
Love
take that. I'll give it away for free.
For free?
Yeah.
No. You're such a generous man.
Just to get the storm out of here.
Just if another owner takes the Tokyo Typhoons, it doesn't mean that Florida's gone all of a sudden. Are you trying to just abolish them?
I don't know. It's got to be.
Why can't you just accept that they've moved to Florida?
I can't accept that. My brain just won't process it.
Unbelievable. Richardson throwing into triple coverage. That one's incomplete. It's just been a rough outing for the Lycans to get things going in this season, Matt.
You could say konnichiwa, right? When they bye-bye and...
Is that what that means?
Konnichiwa. Yeah.
Are you sure?
Well,
because you also thought that a tsunami was a hurricane a few minutes ago.
No, I think I'm right. Could be wrong.
You think. Oh, look at that one-handed catch. Tommy Rahman. He went out of bounds for no gain, but... They're down in 10 now coming up. 1 minute, 8 seconds to go here in this ball game.
Arigato from Japan, right? Hello from Japan.
Did you just Google how to say hello?
No, arigato gozaimasu. Yeah.
I don't even know what's happening. They're asking in the chat what's going on in the broadcast booth. I don't know. I'm not sure. Richardson's throwing the ball. Tommy Rahman's not catching it anymore. One drop for the fullback. I mean, that's impressive. We've seen some passes to the fullback where we've asked for that to be canceled earlier on in the...
That was his second drop, Mike.
Oh, it's a second drop. You know he's got 18 receptions, Matt? When have you seen a fullback with 18 receptions? Gerald, are you sure that number's accurate? 18 receptions for about 115 yards. That's crazy. I don't even know. Like, have you even seen a receiver with 18 receptions? Another sack.
Al Walker.
He's just trying to match his sack total from season 16 today.
Luke Skywalker's father was Darth Vader, but
not sure what that has to do with anything.
Sally Richardson's father is Al Walker.
Okay, 3.5 sacks for Al Walker on tonight's ball game. Matt, he had 7.5 last season. As John Bon Jovi would say, he's halfway there. So it looks like they're just going to, I think that was Bon Jovi.
Yeah, living on a prayer.
Right. Adam Jefferson's going to kneel this one away. Matt, Los Angeles, they burned that last time out. And why? But they burned that last time out. So 2nd down and 12. A couple more kneel downs. And that'll be the end of this one. So, okay. So we've had some fun there for a few minutes. I think we may have killed Cam. I'm not sure what's going on back in the production truck. Eric Vincent completely lost his mind. Chaos is happening all over the place. But back to business. Baltimore, they came out convincing, Matt. It was a little bit of a slow start. They ended up just getting a field goal on their opening possession, and then a punt by Los Angeles, a punt by Baltimore, an interception by Los Angeles. But then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, Daley Holder, 94-yard touchdown pass, and the foot has been on the gas ever since for the Baltimore Vultures.
Yeah.
Wow, they have a bright season ahead of them. Los Angeles, they can get those turnovers under control. I think they've got a bright season ahead of them too. As we see the one final kneel down in this one, Matt, let's jump straight into your final thoughts. What are your thoughts on this game?
Just turnovers and big plays killed the Lycans, and a lack of running game. There's a lot, Mike. 57-10. What do you expect me to say?
Yeah, absolutely, Matt. No, it's a good point. Combined between these two quarterbacks, well, if you want to say three quarterbacks, final score in this one, 57-10. We'll see the final stats here momentarily. 3 quarterbacks played in this game because we had Adam Jefferson, the superstar holder for the Baltimore Vultures. He came out and threw a few passes. So between the 3 of them, over 100 pass attempts in this ball game and over 800 yards passing, as you can see on your screen there. So 800 yards passing And let's see, the rushing yards, well, they combined total of about 50. So 800 yards to 50 yards, and that's a big difference. And the problem with throwing it 50 times, Sully Richardson threw 4 of those to the other team, and even more of them could have gone the other way. Jack Wigmore also had 3 interceptions, but one was in the beginning of the second half. The other 2, they just, at that point when they happened, it didn't matter. It was already too little, too late. So the Los Angeles Lycans, they open up the season with a loss. They'll be 0-1. Baltimore, they win their home opener. They're 1-0, and they won it convincingly. Next up for Los Angeles on Saturday, 7:15 p.m., they will be at home, 7:15 Eastern time, that is. They'll be home. They'll host the St. Louis Gladiators, who won their first game. See what happens there. Baltimore, they hit the road next week, Matt, Saturday, July 31st at 6:40 p.m. They'll head to Portland, so they're heading to the other side of the country. And see what they can do over there. Simulation Football League actions kicks back off on Friday this week, so be ready, be prepared. Friday at 12:30 p.m., Sioux Falls at Tulsa. We'll see who the player of the game is in this one. I think it's got to be Jack Wigmore, but I guess you could also say Daley Holder with his 2 touchdown performance.
He spread the ball around, though.
Yeah, he really did. So I don't know. I mean, per the statistician Gerald Smith, Daley Holder, 5 receptions, 146 yards, 2 touchdowns. Ivory Irvin had over 100 yards. Matt, he had 114 and a touchdown. Mac Gema, he had over 100 yards, 156. No touchdowns for him. Can't forget the tight end. Real tight ends were 83. Lloyd Graham Jr., 9 receptions for 65 yards. He had a touchdown. T. Roy Gaines, his 100th all-purpose touchdown. He rushed it in from the fullback position. They split the rushes evenly, at least, between the fullback and the halfback. Hazard with 8 rushing attempts. T. Roy Gaines with 8 rushing attempts. Just a convincing performance all around by the Baltimore offense and defense. 6 sacks on the day for this defense. That's crazy. 4 interceptions from this defense. That's crazy. Matt thinks that a tsunami is the same thing as a hurricane. That's crazy.
Well, Tokyo Typhoons, Mike.
The Tokyo Typhoons are going to be a franchise now, and I mean, I love it. That's already my favorite franchise in the league, name-wise, and they don't exist.
All I have to say is Cone Bonnois, Mike. Good evening.
We'll finish up the highlights, see who the player of the game is. My guess, I'm saying Daley Holder, but I don't know. Jack Wigmore, gosh, he threw that ball around, but the 3 picks, could those undermine his performance? I'm not sure. Nah, I can't. 506 yards, 4 touchdowns, triple-digit quarterback rating. Congratulations, Baltimore and Jack Wigmore. This has been a presentation of the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music on For the Fans. For Matt Wilson, Gerald Smith, our commissioner, producer Cameron Irvine, I am Mike Dagg saying thank you for joining us, everybody. Have a great night.